Yo, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
How you guys doing?
Back to life.
Back to life. We're back with another episode of CountryBoyz. We're here.
We're back.
Back in the new studio. New year again. I'm liking this new studio. It's
upgrade.
got a lot of room.
It's spacious.
It's
Yeah.
a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah.
Not that anybody else can tell. It looks probably the same on TV, but for us, it's a big upgrade.
We feel
all right?
much
So
better here, yeah.
you should know that we feel more comfortable, and so as a result, we're gonna have a better product, and you should feel more comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. Trickle down economics 101.
All right, so if you guys haven't joined
fun.
us before, we're the CountryBoyz. Again, we're not from the country. We actually live in a city in Austin, Texas. We're here at the Austin Public Studios, but we're talking about countries. So right now we're on episode 8 or 9. We're blazing through them. I'll tell you that. Today we're going to the Middle East. It's our first time going to the Middle East.
Oh snap.
So I'm your host Jeff. I'm joined with my co-host Matt.
What's up?
And then we got Justin, our audio producer over there.
Yo.
And next to him, we got Jason, our video producer, switching the cameras. So we're geared up and good to go. And hey, are you guys feeling a little desert heat?
Whew.
Well, it was 80 degrees today.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of January. It was 80 degrees. So yeah, it's hot.
Yeah. So it got me in the mood for Bahrain. I was feeling that heat. Although
Build into
Little
Bahrain.
sweat.
the heat there even makes Texas
Little perspiration. From
look
the
like
pits.
Alaska. Yeah, just a little bit. So episode 9, we're going every country. We're first time in the Middle East, so we thought we'd start with one of the smallest countries in the Middle East, and that is Bahrain. So one of the things, at least the pronunciation, that's a big thing that keeps coming up. Everyone says it's Bahrain, like the Baha men, but or Bahrain. So
Okay.
hey,
How's it spelled?
Bahrain.
Right. Bahrain. Who says Bahrain?
I think that's how you say it in Bahrain.
Yeah, I think there's
Bahrainian?
the Flemish.
There's like a
growth in the
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
But that's always one thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Just when people correct pronunciations for places, especially when in the United States we pronounce things dumb. Like
Right.
that's just part of
Generally.
Yeah.
Being
American English. We
yeah,
don't we're not. If I was speaking Arabic or it's the same with like Italy. Like it's Venice. In Italian it's Venezia, but you don't say Venezia. You say
Right.
Venice.
Right. I mean,
So it's like, why does it matter if?
There's like 19 streets here in Austin that we don't pronounce correctly.
Right, exactly. We pride ourselves in not pronouncing stuff correctly. So hey,
And we correct people when they say it the right way, which I did last weekend. That was great. No,
It's
it's not
like
Manchaca.
Qatar, right?
It's
People
Manchac.
say
we're
Okay.
saying Bahrain.
Okay.
That's
Bahrain.
that's
Bahrain.
Bah.
we know it's not
Bah,
right,
bah,
but hey,
bah,
disclaimer
bah,
that's just what we're
Bahrain.
saying. So that's what we're used to saying. The other one, it's bordering neighbor Qatar. We always say Qatar. It's Qatar.
Qatar.
I've
in
heard
real
that.
life.
Yeah. Cutter. Yeah.
But hey, in my fake life, it's Qatar.
Where's your Qatar? It's
so-called
hanging on
fake
the
life.
wall next to mine.
All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty with this place. The capital's Manama. It's about 174th biggest country, so small, but there's still a lot of smaller ones. We've been to Nauru, we've been to Liechtenstein. These are even smaller than this place, but it's about the size of Austin. So for any locals out there who are watching us, or anybody who's familiar with Austin, the Austin metro area, we'll say it's about the same size. So like Round Rock to Slaughter.
What do they say that officially is? Like in a miles, kind of square miles thing. Do you know? Or what do they say Bahrain is?
I don't know. I didn't get that. I usually get that fact, but it was. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the square mileage is.
Right.
Look,
Not
all right,
big.
you got me. Okay.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, I think it's like 295.5.
There we go.
Square
Square
Look-
miles.
Look
Okay.
at Justin. All right.
Yeah.
295.2. Did you throw a point in there?
0.5.
Hey, that's the kind of work ethic I want to see from everyone. All right. I want to see point, square, whatever miles. We need to know exact. So, but basically, it's a small island off the coast of Saudi Arabia. So it's close to Qatar, kind of close to Kuwait, not super close, but it's in that region.
Do you guys want to see a picture real quick?
Yeah, if you got one.
I happen
All right,
to have one right here.
You do?
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Future City.
That looks like
Flying
Coruscant
cars.
from Star Wars.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the UAE in a lot of ways, and it's close to UAE. That's the other country. So it's in the Persian Gulf, but this one's actually an island. So it's connected by a bridge. So there's a bridge that goes from Saudi Arabia to Bahrain, but I don't know how long it is. Again, I don't have those facts in front of me. Okay, but it's a pretty long bridge that goes there.
Bullshit.
So that's really like the main way of getting in and out is from Saudi Arabia through this bridge.
You always fail in the details we want to know.
I know. All these other facts I'm spitting out, you're just ungrateful for. But yeah, so it's about 1.5 million people. So pretty big. This might be the biggest country we've gotten to so far on CountryBoyz if you're going in chronological order. But 1.5, they deem it the freest country in the Middle East. So with a lot of the rules, a lot of the regulations and things that are there, especially for like businesses, it's a very free place for the government compared to a lot of other countries in the Middle East. They don't get their hands in there.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
And also it kind of trickles down to their social freedoms. Like women have historically more rights. You can drink there if you're non-Muslim. So they're a little more open than some of their neighbors like Saudi Arabia or Qatar. But
Cutter.
But yeah, so
Need a sound effect for that one.
yeah, we need to have that for the Qatar episode.
I want a soundboard.
We do need a sound
cutter
We'll get a
into
sample.
every episode.
Cutter.
Cutter.
Like a rock radio station.
Cutter 101.
Hey, you're joining us on Bahrain. It's next to Qatar.
Bahrain on the Cutter coast.
So they speak Arabic and they speak English.
Okay.
A lot of people speak English there because it actually used to be an English colony.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
going into their history, I think up until 1970 it was an English colony.
Jeez.
Um,
They had everything.
yeah, they had it all.
They really did. England had like spots in every part of the world.
Falkland Islands. I think they still have
Yeah.
those.
Do they?
Yeah, they don't call it an empire for nothing, man.
Wow. Well, they don't call them.
They have a
anymore, do
queen.
they? Yeah.
I think
so.
France now has the biggest territory by, if you include like all the sea territory. I think France, because they have so many little islands, but they have like a ton of sea
right.
territory.
Interesting.
They're
Vis-a-vis, they have the most sea turtles.
who does?
France.
Oh,
French
by,
sea turtles.
yeah.
by way of
by that.
default.
I don't know.
I
Matt,
don't
get those
know.
numbers to us
You're the one with a computer in front of you.
for the next episode.
Sea turtle population. That's a quick Google.
French sea turtle population. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I want to see that stat before the end of the show.
Yeah, but I mean, are sea turtles
Working on it,
technically are they considered part of the population?
They
They're
vote,
sea
don't
turtles,
they?
so they're in the sea most of the time.
Yeah,
so
So
but
where
they
does
can
that
come
line?
on land to
population?
lay their eggs,
Those are international
which means
waters.
they're naturalized citizens if they're born on the
Good
land.
point. That's a good point.
I don't think I don't know if they keep track of the citizenship of the turtles, but I think they're all just
I bet
turtles.
they do.
Hey, well, so this place is kind of like the Las Vegas of Saudi Arabia, kind of, because a lot of Saudis go there to party. I feel like United Arab Emirates is more of the Las Vegas. Like, there's more stuff to do there. There's more crazy things.
Right.
where-
It's kind of built around entertainment.
yeah, and you always hear about UAE, like, but I think Bahrain's kind of like the number two.
Right.
And it's a little bit different, but another interesting fact. So it's the biggest electricity consumer per capita, or third biggest, I think, behind like Iceland and Norway. But they love their electricity in this place.
Really?
They're-
I imagine for AC.
Yeah, I think the weather, and I think that's also why the flip side of Norway and Ireland or Iceland is the same.
Oh yeah. Okay. That makes
But
sense.
I think they also watch a lot of TV here more than anywhere else.
Do you think they mine a lot of crypto?
Maybe. No, actually, I made up the whole TV thing. I don't know. It just sounded right, but they do have the third highest per capita electricity. So, yeah, they love their electricity.
Interesting. You said they're like the Vegas, so I mean, is this like this is a nightlife? Do they have casinos and stuff like that there, or is this?
Not in the gambling way. I don't think there's
I
a
think
lot
it just
of.
means like you won't get killed for.
You can
taking
go
a shot
drink
at
and
you.
party and go to clubs,
Right.
where you can't do that in Saudi Arabia,
Is
which
this
is
where
the
everybody's
biggest
gonna be
name.
going for the World Cup, like when they're not allowed to party in Qatar?
So I think that Qatar's a little more strict, where Bahrain's they're almost like the Netherlands of the Middle East, where like, in the Netherlands, they've always been cool with people smoking pot and
Yeah.
homosexuality and things that were always taboo in other countries. Like the Dutch were always kind of like, whatever. That's kind of how Bahrain is. And I think because they were an English colony, they have like a little bit more Western influence, and they're just a little bit, hey,
Just hands off.
whatever, to an extent. But so they're rich. We were just saying they do have oil. They have the super high per capita GDP, like, I don't know, 30,000, which is on the higher side. A lot of the people who live in this country there's not a whole lot of Bahrainis. So like half the country are immigrants.
Okay.
I think it's the same with these Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, where there's a lot of people from India, a lot of people from Bangladesh, or just like a lot of workers who move there.
Migrant workers.
And then a lot of like European. I mean, it's kind of a mixing pot. A lot of Saudis, I'd imagine.
Are they like a growing country in the sense that like all that other stuff in the UAE and Dubai and whatever, like where they're just building a ton of stuff?
Yeah, I think it's growing, but
the
the big difference here is, at least UAE, there's Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and then I know there's probably other bigger cities. Like Bahrain it's basically like one city.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of its own thing because it's a small island, but they're just more contained than the others. But the other weird thing it's kind of a mix of, in this full disclaimer, I don't know really what I'm talking about, but so for a long time it was a kind of like a not a colony, but it was influenced by Iran.
Okay.
And so Iran is mostly Shia Muslim, where Saudi Arabia is mostly Sunni.
Okay.
So they have kind of a weird mix where a lot of the people there are Shias, but then the ruling family, or the ruling, I forget what his title is, prince, but he's Sunni. So it's kind of like a lot of the native Bahrainis are more connected to Iran than they are with Saudi Arabia, but the people who run the place are more connected to Saudi Arabia. And there's a whole lot that goes into that, which I don't know, but it's kind of a big thing where it comes to there, because they identify more with one way, but they're ruled more by one way. So
right. Yeah, that stuff gets difficult.
Yeah, didn't that mess up Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And so most of the world is Sunni Muslim. Like because the Arabs conquered a lot of places, and it's really like there's a lot of splits when it comes down to it. But I think the backstory is the descendant of Muhammad. Like one thinks one way, one thinks the other, as far as like who was the rightful successor.
Right.
But really, it's like Iran, Iraq, like Persia. What used to be Persia is traditionally more Shia, and the rest of the Arab world, or Muslim world, I guess, is more Sunni. But that's kind of a big thing with them, where it comes down to how they identify versus what the
Rule of law.
The rule is. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of places like that, so that's kind of interesting, at least as far as the politics go.
Is it fairly peaceful? I mean, in the sense that they get along, or is that the source of conflict?
I think it's normally peaceful. I know at least somewhat recently there was a riots. I think it was around the time when Egypt had a bunch of the people overthrowing the government.
Arab Spring?
The uprising. Yeah.
Arab Spring.
So I think around that time they did have some conflicts, and I think it's mostly the people who are native Bahrainis versus rulers, but I don't really know. I didn't drill down into
Right. Yeah, the conflicts on it.
The specifics, because I mean, we could be here for probably 10 days talking about this and still not get into that. But
I ain't trying to do
that. Well, hey, we could. I mean, hey, let's see. So history. It's a pretty new monarchy. It's only been a country for 46 years. I want to say the same guy's been ruling for those 46 years.
The Khalifa family?
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Renee,
rapper.
yeah.
He's actually rules this place.
Mhm.
The
How's he find time?
the monarchy actually named it after the rapper.
Between all the weed he smokes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. The good stuff too.
It's kind of like if you saw our last episode, Equatorial Guinea.
You'll know
Same
what's
guy.
going on
We
in
talked
this
about the same
episode.
guy. A lot of yeah. There's a lot of things you could be connecting, but
Yeah, so no, on that I read that he tried to make an album with Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson came to Bahrain and spent a year there. So part of the
the
conditions,
monarch.
Yes.
Yeah.
so part of the conditions was Michael Jackson's going to come to Bahrain and stay a year. We're going to build you this badass state-of-the-art recording facility, and then we're going to ink up some contract, recording contract. And apparently Michael Jackson reneged on the fulfilling his obligations of the contract. And
I feel like it was
deal
them.
fell apart.
So he
trying to
just
defend
lived there
him.
and didn't record the album.
Yeah.
But did they make the studio?
I think that they made the studio when he got there, like before he got there. Yeah.
Man,
And this was right after his whole trial thing here in the U.S. So he was essentially like
Oh, is that
fleeing
why he left?
afterwards, going over there to like rebuild
Or-
his career, and then
He left.
seems like he had some health issues and was falling apart and deteriorating. And
He had some
couldn't
bad
follow through.
doctors. I feel they gave him some
Yeah,
what
too
year was
many
that?
drugs.
Um,
Late 90s, mid 90s.
Let's see.
Yeah, had to have been.
Computer. When was Michael Jackson's Bahrain issues done?
So we have a picture here from 2005. I don't know if you can pull that up.
so he lived there. I had that he lived there. I
Okay.
wasn't sure what.
Actually, I already showed
This
the
is
audience that.
2005. Oh, you already
Well,
saw
we
that?
always showed again. Yeah.
Yeah, show 'em again.
There they are.
There he is.
Man, I wonder what that album would have sounded like.
Fire.
So was it one of those
Fire.
dudes?
It would have been
sure.
really hot.
Was it one of those dudes?
With Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa. So yes, I think so.
That would have been a
What-
rager, I'm sure.
And the other one's a race car driver. Apparently.
Jerry was a race car driver.
That's
What-
all
what-
I could
what's
think of, too.
what's the best Michael Jackson song? If you had to pick one,
Ah, dude. Man in the Mirror?
Man in the
That's a
Mirror.
good one.
I mean,
I almost broke down singing there. Watch out.
Best song of Michael Jackson, Man in the
I mean,
Mirror.
as a
I
kid,
don't
it was
know, I mean,
Thriller. It like I loved
PYT,
Thriller.
but,
Yeah, I mean,
PYT is hard to beat.
No,
Yeah.
but that's. I mean, come on.
Don't
look
stop
what
till you get
he-
Look
enough.
what he got in trouble for.
Woo!
PYT.
Yeah.
Come on.
whatever.
That was.
that?
I said PYT. Like you wonder why he got in trouble.
Yeah.
Thinking about Pretty Young Thing.
Let it go.
Okay, I'm not talking about best Michael Jackson lyrics. I'm talking about the song in
Yeah,
its
what
entirety.
moves you?
If you don't start
I mean, we
PYT
talk-
is that
shaking the
beat. You
PYT.
can't.
Okay, Beat It. It's got.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Van
I
Halen
like
solo.
Beat It, but
Yeah.
wouldn't put it at the top.
What was the song about? Like they had the crazy music video with everybody.
Remember the
changing faces
time?
or whatever.
Remember? Oh,
That was a good one
Black
too,
or
though.
White.
Remember the
Same
time?
album.
Black or White.
Same album.
Yeah, Black or White,
Yeah.
which was the one
Yep,
that we were
hey,
singing all when we were
I remember those
kids.
special effects
Yeah,
were
but
in the
purple or
90s. That was
green
pretty
or-
sweet.
Aquamarine or blue or red with a polka dotted head.
I feel like later, off the wall might be.
That's like his. Then he
Well,
went more
yeah.
pop. They said
Wasn't
he
it, like,
didn't
one
get
of the
enough
greatest song
like.
records of all time?
Yeah,
That was like his disco record, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying I think that I don't know.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Thriller was great, but there's some tracks on Off the Wall that are off the wall.
They're off the wall.
But yeah, I don't know. If I had to pick, I'll say PYT if I had to pick.
I mean, it's
That's good choice. All right.
Jason didn't like that.
Man
pick.
in the
No, I
Mirror
do.
for Matt.
Man in the Mirror. I'm gonna say Thriller because it's got Vincent Price.
Okay.
You know, when I was a kid, it was just. I think my mom was like, I don't want to listen to. We can listen to other songs, not Thriller. It just kind of goes on. Video is epic too.
The creepy
for-
laugh at the end is.
Yeah, yeah. I guess he did that in one take. I just heard that. Like
Yeah.
he does one Vincent Price one take.
Somebody's been watching VH1.
I was on the radio. I got XM. Yeah.
What about
Do a
you,
lot of
Justin?
driving.
What's the final verdict?
Dude, I don't know. It's really hard. I grew up like that was my shit growing up.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. That was all. So every album I had.
Posters above his bed.
Smooth Criminal.
Oh,
didn't even
Annie,
think of
are
that
you
one.
okay?
Bad?
Yeah.
Bad's
yeah.
another
Bad,
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Bad ain't bad.
Mhm.
And
God,
Smooth
there's a
Criminal
million
had
of
the,
them. That's
the
hard.
moonwalking video.
Yeah. So there was a whole
know.
there was like a whole short film called was it called Moonwalker or something like that?
Something like that.
It had
I
Joe
remember.
Pesci.
Oh
as
yeah,
the
yeah,
bad guy, and then at the end, Michael Jackson turns into like he morphs into a giant spaceship and flies away.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Shit,
band.
I don't know
should-
if I've seen all that.
Yeah. The Smooth Criminal video, I think. came
That's
out
your
of that.
homework
Okay.
tonight,
Yeah, no.
audience. I'm sorry.
No, remember having this. I think it was a VHS, but it was still after VHSs were even around. But my roommate had a VHS player. I had one or something. But we used to watch this VHS of Michael Jackson, and we were super high. This was back in college, and we're like,
Whoa.
what the fuck? Like, this guy was an alien. Just seeing how people reacted to him is like, he's not a human being.
Oh no, dude.
Like, there's nothing human about him. He's just this like alien guy.
I mean, have you seen those videos of people like fainting
Yeah.
when he goes on stage?
That's what I'm
Like,
talking
literally
about.
the second they see him.
Oh yeah.
The beginning of the movie is just all that, and we're just like,
That's insane,
like
dude.
he has
That's
to be
so
the
nuts.
the most recognizable like
I'm
of
sure
all
he
time,
was.
the most recognizable person around the world.
Yeah, I'm
Ever.
sure he was.
Like Jesus, anybody that's like widespread, like everybody knows Michael Jackson because he looks so distinct, and everybody liked the music. Like
And he was around forever too.
Maybe
He was
not
around
now.
since he was a kid.
Yeah.
I could imagine like there's some younger kids now who like
They know who he is, but they couldn't.
he's
maybe,
since he's
yeah.
not like he's dead and
Yeah.
everything. But
And their attention span is very short.
yeah,
Well, for the kids out there, listen to The Weeknd, and that's Michael Jackson for you.
yeah, way worse. But yeah, we'll let that be. All right. So physically, what's this place look like? We know it's in the Middle East. We know it's hot, but
It's like a sci-fi utopia from that picture we saw earlier.
okay. So that's Manama.
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 Manama. Such a stone cold hit.
Hey, it looks like Panama with an M, so I'm gonna say Manama.
It's like a sloppy song.
But it's super flat, desert, of course, super hot. It's one big island, but it's really like 33 natural islands, and then they have 84 artificial islands. A lot of these countries, on the Persian Gulf that have that oil money, they expand their, they can expand their coastline with these fake islands. So they have
What do
84.
they call it? Terraforming. Right?
Yeah.
Terraform. Yeah. Thank you, SimCity.
grudgy.
That's the only reason I know that word.
We'll back up a little bit. So as of 2002, women had the right to vote, which was one of the first places in the Middle East. But there was a time, and so I don't know how long they could drive, but there was a time where this road coming in and out, the one bridge that goes from Saudi Arabia, where half the bridge women could drive and the other half they couldn't. So there was like a switchover point where you get over there and you'd have to like switch with your husband if you were driving, or
Would they switch while they were driving?
If they're good.
yeah, you had a 10-second window where you had to do the old.
My parents did it once, which is just a crazy shit. Like when we did it when we were on a road trip, and they wanted to freak out my aunt and uncle who were in another vehicle, and we were on a long ass road trip, like up to probably Ohio or something. And they they let them pass. Saw, made sure that they noticed that which one was in which seat, and then switched driving midway on the highway, and then drove past them to freak them out.
Oh, while
It's like
driving, so
weird-
there was no
yeah,
stop
yeah,
involved.
with us 3 kids in the back,
Huh.
no
No
very,
seatbelts, beer cans flying out the windows,
very 90s.
cartons of
90s,
cigarettes
yeah.
just everywhere.
Well, I mean, if you're on a
Cargo
straightaway and you
Yeah, it's not too
It's
you
hard.
got the autopilot on,
I mean,
cruise
they hold the
control.
autopilot.
Cruise control.
The speed, what do they call it?
Um,
Cruise control.
What's it called where you do it when you get out of the car and you switch?
Oh, a fire drill.
I remember doing that.
And that wasn't a Chinese fire drill or something like
Yeah.
that. Whatever, where you stop at the light and switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Chinese fire drill. That's good.
Yeah.
That is actually in China how they do fire drills. They just get out of their car and switch places, and then that's it.
They don't put
Honestly,
out a
very
fire.
You heard it here.
No,
Very
they just
efficient
drive away.
system.
They just show up, do the drill.
Why is that where-
and leave?
I want to know that too with like Chinese freeze tag. It's like, do you guys actually go under your legs over there, or is that just some made up shit by some
I think
kindergartner?
I think
Totally.
we make shit up and then we just throw Chinese
Yeah.
on there because we
Yeah.
don't know.
Hey, it's
any better.
Chinese
'Cause it's
freeze
different,
tag. You go, they're like, no, we just play freeze tag. Wait, you don't go in between each other's legs?
I mean, at
Like,
night.
no, we call that American freeze tag.
Is Chinese checkers actually called
Very
Chinese
nice.
checkers? Like, is it really Chinese checkers?
Yeah, I
Or
think
is that
that
just
actually is.
checkers
I think
and
that they don't
different?
call it Chinese checkers there, but I think that's how they play.
That would be funny if they did call it Chinese checkers. They call it Chinese food. It's like, why don't you just call it food, man?
What's the food like in Bahrain?
There's a lot of chicken and rice. A lot of
Okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah, God, yeah.
it's not any different than a lot of their neighbors. So a lot of chicken, rice dishes, there's a lot of like not Middle Eastern, but like Indian influence from a lot of the people who work there.
So I got some spice.
Yeah. So your expected Middle Eastern dishes. I don't think there wasn't anything super different that said this is Bahraini food. It was all kind of like dishes that, there's no rivers, no lakes. It barely rains. So as a result, I think it was like 2% of the country's farmable. So a lot of imported stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
and it's not big, so
it's just so hot there that it's hard to really grow anything, and there's not really like a more tropical area.
Well, God, there's not anything. There can't be a whole lot of farmland anywhere near there. So like import.
Like I guess in their 2% it is more fertile, so it's in some sort of microclimate where they can grow more. But
but you're talking about 2% of a very small area. So like.
So they definitely import a lot of stuff. Yeah. There's no beaches, so it's on the, it's in the Gulf, but I guess there's no like public beaches. It's only for the wealthy who have their own spaces there. But
that sucks.
Yeah, so I guess you never really hear, even with like Dubai or United Arab Emirates, like you never hear of it as like a beach place. I think it's just so hot where it's just
more
not
like pools. They go to like
they have
big pools that are shaped like palm trees and euros and things. And
I think the only time I've ever seen somebody on the beach in one of those countries is in a Fast and Furious movie. Like, not gonna lie.
Specifically, which one, Matt?
The one where they're in Dubai. The one where they drive
when
they drive the car from one building to another, or is that Mission Impossible?
I wouldn't know
I think
what was
it's Fast
going
and
on.
Furious.
Sounds like a Fast and Furious thing to me, but
it's the one with Ronda Rousey. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
you should. It's a good, great franchise.
Classic.
Bro.
So one of the things, so we know that they make a lot of money from oil. They also historically they make a lot of money from pearl harvesting. That's what they've before they found oil money. This was a place to get the best pearls in the world. I feel like pearls you never really see, or like no one really.
It's like an
old
thing.
It's like more of like an older type of jewelry,
passed down jewelry or whatever.
But they're still super expensive. I was looking it up, for like a natural pearl. But if money was no option, you could have any type of bling, any type of jewelry. What would be your go-to? Like obviously, like not a lot of guys wear like pearl earrings or pearl necklaces, but
that's coming back.
Yeah, that Machine Gun guy, he wears pearls. Justin Bieber, pearls, man. It's just
he wears pearls too?
I saw at least once.
I never seen that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a baseball player on the Braves who wears pearls, and it's his thing. And people in the
like a necklace.
Yeah, and people in the crowd are wearing pearls now to represent him. I think it's something Peterson,
bringing it back.
Are they wearing real pearls?
Yeah. No, he's wearing fake pearls.
No, I know him. I'm saying the people in the audience.
Oh, I don't know about the people.
Crowd's probably not
I assume the people in the audience are wearing fake ones to represent him, but. Somebody's trying to make it a thing.
Yeah.
If Machine Gun Kelly's wearing it and that guy is wearing, he's a pretty popular baseball player. I can't think of his name.
He's got a lot of attitude, though.
That's Peterson. They just won the World Series. They're some kind of popular. Just because you don't watch baseball.
Hey.
Baseball hurt, man.
Yeah, that just reminds me of like Cruella DeVille or something like
that. It doesn't.
Girls. Yeah.
I feel like.
Fur coat.
I don't know. I mean,
if I had like a ton of money, like if I could buy like a gem that was worth something, like I feel like an emerald would be
an emerald. You wouldn't get a chain. Right? You wouldn't wear a chain. You wouldn't.
I'd wear a chain. I'm just saying. I'm talking like
stones,
like a stone,
right?
Not metals.
So how would you wear that? You're talking about jewelry.
Okay, then I'd wear an emerald on a chain.
What kind of chain? Platinum or gold?
Gold.
Nice.
Yep. I don't know if I would pull off like emerald earrings or something. I feel like that's way too far. But yeah.
Hey,
Did you ever wear studs?
No.
It was a thing back in our age. So
I had one.
I definitely had studs. I had studs. I mean, it was Florida, so I mean.
Plural? You had both of them? I just had one.
I just have a Prince Albert.
Stand out in Florida. You got to do something.
Bleach hair. No, we all look the same. We all look like
but you got to blend in.
Carbon
stand
copy
out.
somewhere between Eminem wannabes and like surfer wannabe dudes. Because
it was basically and the turtle man in Florida. You know, he'd grab the turtle and go.
What?
Well, never mind.
Yeah, I feel like there was a fine line between like back in the day, like a guy who wanted to look like Eminem and a guy who wanted to like walk out of Pacific Sunwear.
Yeah, that was
Very
me.
different people as far as
That was
like
me.
how they identified, but
And then Hot
same
Topic became
same
a
kind of
thing,
look.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Hot
you
Topic
mixed in
became
some
a
of that
thing, and
Hot
so you
Topic
started to wear a
spiky
little bit more
belt.
black. So it was like Eminem, black, goth, and PacSun.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That
I
sounds
mean, it
like
was the mall attire.
You sound awesome.
I don't-
1999 Matt sounds
Yeah.
sweet.
We'll pull
So
up
wait.
some pictures sometime.
Yeah,
Gothic.
I'll take pictures. Of
I'm
it.
trying
Well,
to
that
even-
that bled in. The Gothic bled in. So like it was the PacSun Eminem stuff first,
yeah.
and then the punk stage became a thing, like the emo
the
punk
pop
stage.
punk. Okay,
so
yeah,
like
the emo stuff.
Hot Topic showed up in the mall, and that was the new thing. And then you went and gauged your
Instead
ears.
of like
and,
blonde hair, it was pink now or something.
well,
or
yeah,
black.
yeah, or
Yeah.
black. People painting their nails, not that.
Yeah,
one,
I guess
but
when you
pink
said
streaks.
goth, I was thinking you're wearing like a leather trench coat with the blonde hair.
Well, I mean,
I think he's
You
more
know,
like
some
My
people-
Chemical Romance. Kinda,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that stuff too. But I mean, there, obviously was a phase of the Jinkos and all that crap too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I saw a guy wearing like almost Jinko sweatpants.
Oh no, they're coming
yesterday.
back.
I mean,
They're
they
coming
are
back.
comfortable. I remember when things went from baggy to skinny. I was like, "What is going on? Things are getting
Yeah, well,
uncomfortable here."
I think regular is comfortable. I wouldn't say that Jinkos that are like 40 inches long, like that. I wouldn't say that's comfortable. It's
got- you
you
got
got
extra-
more room,
you
but
got
it's
more
you're still
room.
lugging around like 40 pounds of fucking jeans on you.
Yeah, but you can make a rope out of it if you need to escape.
Oh yeah, out of the frayed bottoms, you could tear that apart or whatever.
Something I don't know
Part
exactly.
fashionable to
Yeah.
actually have them frayed and rip it off.
Turn it into shorts.
I would not be surprised though if like, because baggy jeans are coming back, but like, I'll give it 2 years where like Jinkos, the giant like
oh, they're
the,
coming back. I've
You better
seen
get
it.
some
Oh,
stock
yeah.
in Jinko
yeah, but
Company
they're not back
now.
where you're like
No,
for it to be back, more people have to be wearing them than
But like
Matt, just Matt.
yeah, yeah, just me. I'm gonna revert back to Florida,
Full Florida man.
full Florida.
My final
Bleach
form.
my hair next week. Next week's show, you might see me bleach my hair.
Island
Spike-
Boy.
Maybe we'll do it on Island Boy.
All right, so let's get into the activities if you're going here. So if we're going to visit, there's the city. So it seems like it's cool. I mean, big, futuristic, electric city, like we just saw in that image, but not a whole lot of other stuff to sightsee. So you're not doing a lot of the traditional touristy things. But one of the big things that keeps coming up that everybody says you have to go see is this mesquite tree, the tree of life. There's no water source known, so no one knows why it's here. It's in the middle of the desert, no trees around. No one knows how it survives. I feel like it's one of those things everybody says
They don't know.
they don't know. It's a mystery, and it's like,
Come on.
dude, you could do some like geo surveying and
Yeah.
figure out why this fucking tree's still
There's a
there.
reservoir down there somewhere.
But according to the lore, I guess they want to keep it this way, so they have visitors to go there. But kind of weird. No water sources around. Some say it's like its roots are super deep. Some say it's magic. Some don't know. But
So that's the only thing to do. Go see this tree.
that's
see
the
tree.
big sightseeing if you're there. I mean, hanging out in Manama,
Phenomena.
It's a phenomena.
that's kind of like that's what you do when you go to Bahrain. And I don't know, hanging out in a futuristic city seems kind of cool.
Just flying cars. It's cool.
Yeah. They do have, and
Sure.
I guess this is the other big site that they have there is they have 100,000 burial mounds from like 2,000 years ago that are scattered across the country.
Not just one place. You can just walk around. There's a burial mound.
I mean, I think it's like in the desert region of the country,
Right.
but
Well, I mean, I'm still thinking about this in the area that, like if you consider it like the size of Austin, that's 10 minutes away.
but it's probably longer because you have to go by camel or dirt, like a
Right.
ATV or something. The other thing that they do have is they have the largest underwater theme park, Dive Bahrain. So it's a haven for scuba divers. They have like a 747 in the ocean. They have a couple other like
Oh, like out in the ocean. Okay.
things. I don't know.
Well, that's cool.
Take some
It seems
pic-
cool, but have you
selfies.
guys ever been scuba diving?
I mean, it's on my list.
I've wanted to,
No.
but no, I
Yeah.
haven't been.
I feel
Like
like I just-
diving?
I could die tomorrow and not give a shit if I go scuba diving.
No, it's a little nerve
I
wracking.
feel like that was skydiving. But,
I'd rather go skydiving than scuba diving.
I feel like humans should, but whatever. You know, it's personal choice.
Yeah, I'm an airman.
Humans
I'm
should
not a
what?
seaman.
Not jump from planes, but whatever.
Well,
we don't have wings.
That's how I feel.
Have you not done
We
it?
shouldn't be going in the depths of the.
Not yet.
I mean, I would do it like
That's not like we're going that far.
down here, you know.
No, I'm not saying.
within
I'm
a
just.
reasonable distance. I wouldn't go.
Hey,
down.
I'm making the comparison to
Could be
skydiving.
a kraken.
Right.
I wouldn't go.
I'd rather go
that far.
skydiving.
Kraken? Sorry.
So you've not done that.
I haven't done either.
Have you
You've not
snorkeled?
done it?
No.
I've snorkeled.
Yeah, maybe that's your problem. You've only done the like training.
I just
wheels
don't.
thing.
I don't care. I don't want to get certified. I don't want
I
to.
think Jeff's afraid of the ocean.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, I'm not. I would.
Something's
I would
triggering
go
him.
scuba diving.
Something's triggering him.
It just.
He's
It's
never
just a
acted like this
very
before.
long process to go.
Yes, you do have to get certified.
You have to
just
get
be able
certified. You have
go.
to get the equipment. You have to go to the place. You have to do all the shit. It's like.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's not that much.
I mean, you don't have to get certified to go skydiving.
No,
if I'm
just
on vacation
strap
or
you to-
something, I don't
just
want to have to
strap
be
you to some
bringing my
rando.
Well,
scuba gear and.
but if you go,
When I get
skydiving's
rich,
pretty
I'm making
freaking
sure.
awesome. Like if you go, you'll want to do it. You'll want to be able to do it on your own, which that takes a bunch. Like that takes like.
I'm gonna
10
give Jeff
flights.
$1 million when
Yeah,
I win
you
the
get, like-
lotto
you have to
on the
get-
condition he gets certified in diving.
No. See, hear me out. I would definitely go scuba diving, and if I had unlimited
Sounds like
money,
you're
I would
afraid.
get my scuba
Sounds
thing. I would
like
do
you're
it.
afraid.
If I didn't do it, and that's what I said. If I didn't do it, I wouldn't care. It's not something that's like
Mark
on my
his
bucket
words.
list.
I don't know.
I'm feeling like he's very scared.
It's a scary place.
What-
If you're
so
a
what
We've
human-
already established I
So
suck at
what
swimming.
animal is
but
it that you're
Oh,
afraid
yeah,
of? Is
I
it the
forgot
shark?
about
Nothing.
that.
Is it
I'm
the
not.
sea-
I'm not
the
scared of
sea
sharks. I'm
turtle?
not scared of the ocean. I do suck at swimming.
Jellyfish?
That's not the reason why. I'm not scared of jellyfish. I'm not scared of going in the water. I'm not scared of scuba diving. I just. I don't want to go through a process of getting a certification and then do it once, which is the realistic thing with most people who get scuba.
Yeah, that's. But maybe you have a future as an underwater cameraman.
Okay, if that's the case, again, if there were an opportunity that came in front of me,
Underwater welding.
you're going to this place, if you're going to Bahrain, you have to go scuba diving. Okay, I'd go scuba diving. If I don't go to Bahrain and I don't go scuba diving ever, I'm completely happy with that.
Hey, that's fine.
All right,
that's-
Jeff. All right.
that's
yeah,
my
we
stance
got
on
your
it.
point.
And
Yeah.
If you're out there and you scuba dive, suck it.
He does not want to be your friend.
Yeah. You know what? Just stop watching right now.
Why'd you
Now
waste your
I'm-
time with all those hours
I got through 7 hours of
when
you
you
mother.
just could have gone skydiving?
All right, so let's wrap this up. We know the ins and outs. We know everything about it now. What's the verdict? Are we going there? Are we going scuba diving there? Do a CountryBoyz scuba diving trip at the Dive Bahrain?
All paid expenses on you?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'm go. I mean, yeah, I'd go.
Do they have an airport? You have
Yeah.
to go. Did we say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
for-
you can fly in.
Yeah. You don't have to fly into another country and travel
No,
across.
you don't have to go across that bridge. So
I mean,
if you're ladies out there, now it's fine. I think
you said so. It is close to Qatar, right?
close to Qatar.
So
We
let's
can
go to the
drink
World
there.
Cup,
We can party
and
there.
then we'll go to Bahrain.
Yeah. No, honestly, my verdict, yeah, I would go. I think that's the move if you're going to Qatar for the World Cup is probably going to this place so you can party more because
Right.
I think even Qatar is like they're way more strict
Oh,
about the partying and
Yeah,
you
it's
know
gonna
you
be
know
great.
we love to party over here. So, so
Jeff
yeah,
with his giant emerald.
yeah, I'll have my emerald and my scuba gear and live in large.
Wait,
dude.
did you say emerald and gold or
You're
emerald
gonna
and
skydive
platinum?
with the scuba gear.
I'd
gear
go
on.
gold over platinum.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks better with your skin.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a fact.
Are you calling me white as hell? Because I am. All right, so I'm in. Jason, you said you're in?
Oh yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
I'm in. I would go.
I mean, if we're in Qatar,
No. Would you go to here though?
We're not in Qatar.
By
but we're in
itself?
Because
Bahrain.
that's the question.
Eh.
It's not a combo.
They have
meal.
F1 races. You go to the F1
Yeah.
race?
F1.
oh, you didn't say that. Well,
Hey,
yeah.
well, we can't include everything, all right? That's just part of
They
it.
have movie
well, you
theaters.
said there was nothing to do except
You
for see
should've
this
led with
tree.
that.
Okay, one weekend a year they have an F1 race, and you can see the tree and go scuba diving and party in the city.
That sounds like a good weekend. You
Yeah.
didn't phrase any of it like that.
Matt's in now.
I'm convinced.
Hey, I needed to save something to the end to convince you because I knew you were on the edge about it. All right, well, that wraps up another fine episode of Country Boys. And you know what? I think for the next one, I think we bring it back to the North American continent and we go to Belize.
Oh, nice.
All right.
So
Nice. Yeah, I could see going there. Yeah.
Has anybody been there?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
well, we'll see on the next one, but yeah, we'll see you in the first of our Central American series, Belize.
Nice.